Hello, my name is Keith Sakuda, an Associate Professor of Business Management at the University of Hawaii, West Oahu. During this talk, I'll present Coordinated Distributed Agriculture, a proposed model for food security in the Pacific Islands. It's a very brief look at an agricultural model I developed while working in the organization based in Hawaii. Food security in the Pacific is a problem due to geographic isolation and the limited agricultural resources of small islands and atolls. Shown here is Ibe Atoll, known as the slum of the Pacific. 15,000 people crammed onto a landmass of only 80 acres. As you can see, there's virtually no agriculture, so there's limited physical access to food. Everything must be shipped in, usually as highly processed canned items, so it's not good for a productive, healthy lifestyle. Any fresh produce is flown in, so it's expensive and of limited economic access. This scenario is repeated across poorer islands within the Pacific. Calories aren't scarce, but nutrition is. The result is a food security nightmare. The 10 most overweight countries in the world are all Pacific Islands, and non-communicable diseases like diabetes and cancer are rampant. Our proposed solution was Coordinated Distributed Agriculture, or CDA, which sought to network independent household farms, in essence backyard farms, for production and distribution of healthy nutrition. It was created specifically for Pacific Islands by focusing on family households and designed to address the limited agricultural resources of land and water. Most importantly, it shifted the focus from food production to nutrition. So here's a quick visual about how it works. It begins with recruited families and a small CDA facility in the community. We would serve as a distributor of agricultural supplies and equipment, such as seeds and fertilizer, so families could enjoy the advantages of scale. They would then grow what they needed for their own families, providing direct access to nutrition, while any surplus would be sent to us to aggregate and sell to local restaurants and markets. This in turn would bring income to ourselves and the families. In working with the organization, I developed the 5 principles of CDA. Now these are broad principles which give guidance, but the communities must develop the specific which fits within their own circumstances. So the first, reconceptualize bounds of farming through new technologies to grow where previously not feasible. We use technologies to farm where we couldn't farm before. So my organization used aquaponics to grow fish and vegetables that are 6 times more productive in these backyards. Here you can see us installing systems in the community and a working system on the right. Emphasize intrinsic motivation while recognizing the necessity for extrinsic rewards of farming. According to the USDA, there's little or no economic benefit for residential farming, so extrinsic rewards like money is not going to be enough to keep people growing. We held workshops to show people how to use their aquaponic systems and how to cook what they were growing, but more importantly, we want to bring the community closer together to keep them motivated via social connections. Leverage the benefit of collective farming while respecting the entrepreneurial spirit. The group is needed to give enough volume to access the large markets, but we also want to give people enough freedom to do their own thing. After all, it is their system and their backyards. Direct the flow of food and nutrition back to local communities through local channels. Farmers markets, CSA boxes, anything you can use to cut out the middlemen because the margins are tight. We targeted a community co-op that served local farmers and artists because we wanted to sell there so the community members had first access for the food grown in their own communities. Lastly, define success as delivering nutrition and monitor success through appropriate measures. Impact metrics are essential to any social enterprise. Here are the financial and quantified social benefits of original business plan. More importantly, we calculated projected servings of various USDA food categories because we want to keep the emphasis on nutrition, not just food. Our organization won numerous awards and grants, spoke at various conferences, and was featured in many media outlets. I wasn't involved too much in the day-to-day activities because of my university position, but I was one of the original founders. After about 4 years, the organization shut down, and while we did install many aquaponics systems in the community, we never had the opportunity to actually run a CDA trial. In many ways, it's a very sad story about a once promising idea that could have had a significant impact on the Pacific Islands. Or perhaps as an academic, I'm just being a little bit too theoretical. I believe CDA holds promise, but without that first demonstration project, the world may never know. I also believe 5 minutes is way too short for this type of presentation. So with that, I thank you for viewing. I apologize for speaking so fast. If you have any questions, please contact me at the listed email. Take care, and once again, thank you for listening.